They're gonna receive their payment from that
I'm
program. They had in the past.
can pay. You're shaking your head. I hate when people shake their head at me. I just hate that. You
Because
want
I
to get off here and tell everybody I'm the worst judge in the country? Feel free. Preston Point versus Chanel Himes, 2601467. Good morning, ma'am. Your name, ma'am?
Chanel Himes.
Okay, you got to keep your voice up for me, nice and loud. Did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes, I did.
You wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding?
No, no, sir. No, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Drozak, your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike DeRosak, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Preston Point.
How much does she owe in total?
In total, all in, we have $2,686.94.
Can you pay that, ma'am?
No, that's not correct. It's 12/14/25. As of March 26th with the fees. And then for April, it is with the fees 508, and it should make it like 1722.25.
Wait a minute. He's indicating a rental rate on his complaint of $1,450.
Yes, but there was a subsidy for that. So the amount was
Well,
only
but they don't
383. I'm
have to
looking at
include
the
the sub.
ledger. I'm sorry. Say
They
that
don't
again,
have
sir.
to. They don't have to include the subsidy in their amount if the.
Okay, I'm basing it off of what I received in my door. They're gonna
Hang
still
on,
receive
slow down
that.
1 second. 1 second.
Yes,
What
sir.
was the total amount owed as of March the 26th, you said?
On this ledger I received in my door with the court, it was $1,214.25.
So, but they're entitled
That's
now
with
to the 1450, right? Plus a late fee for April, right?
this was just through March, and then April would be 383 is my portion plus their $125 late fee. So
Have they
that would
been
be
paid?
another.
Have you guys received the, I don't know who the subsidy is coming from. Have you received any payment from them?
We have not received a payment, Your Honor, since March 9, according to the ledger.
So on my math, you got 2664.25 plus a late fee. I don't know. I think they shortchanged themselves.
No, the total amount should be, Your Honor, because it was, the note in my door was for the 965.25, which was correct with their late fees. Then they added 250 in legal fees on the 26th of March. And
Well,
the
what are your late fees?
$50 a month, Your Honor.
The late fee, they're charging $50 and $75. And so 125 a month in late fees each month, $249 in legal fees. My rent is 383 for the month of
No, but your
April.
rent isn't 383 if it's 1450 and the rest is being paid by somebody else.
It's being paid by the veterans program, the veteran housing program.
All right, let's
So
slow
they
down.
pay, the
Let's
HAP
slow
program
down
pays.
here. Let's slow
Yes,
down
sir.
here. Let's slow down here. You know, I'm not going to give you $125 a month in late fees. I'm going to give you $75 in late fees at maximum. The
Yeah,
complaint says the monthly late fee is $50.
That's what I have written down for my review of the lease. I don't know that they actually charge this 125 that Ms. Himes is stating, but I'm happy to
It is charged. It's
to
in the
review to
ledger
make
that
sure that it's not in there. Judge, I know we can't do 125 in your court.
So
it's in the ledger. I'm looking
wait a
at the
minute,
ledger,
ma'am.
Your Honor, that
Wait,
I guess the
please
bailiff put on the
stop.
door.
You're really interrupting now. Please.
I
I'm trying to
apologize,
get
Your
to the
Honor.
bottom of this, and you want to keep insisting that your portion of the rent is only 386 or whatever you're telling me. That's great. But they have the right to charge any balance on this account. So if you owed 1214.25 and the rent, if it's true, is 1450 per month, whether it's coming from you or the veterans program, it's 2664.25 plus a late fee of 50, and that's 2714.25 plus any cost. So I don't know why you're saying you only owe 1,500 or thereabouts. They're entitled to charge that if they haven't received it from the veterans program. It's incumbent upon you to call them up and say, listen, They're gonna throw me out of here if the judge doesn't, if you don't make this payment for me. So he's an
May I
officer in the
explain?
court. He's not gonna lie to me. If he did, he'd have big problems. Plus, he's never lied to me
It's-
before, and I know he wouldn't lie to me now. And he's not gonna tell me that they've not received the payment from the Veterans Program if they've received the payment from the Veterans Program. Now, I want to work
Your
with you.
Honor,
I want to work
Yes,
with
sir.
you and help you make this payment if I can. I certainly want to do that for you, ma'am. But we got to get past what is owed first. And I'm not quite clear why you're telling me it's only 1,500 or something, because they don't have to take
Yeah.
into account.
yes, sir.
Well, tell me now. I've explained to you, but
Okay,
I
yes,
don't want to
sir.
argue
I
about this
received,
either.
no, I'm not. I promise you I'm not, Your Honor. I'm at work right now at the VA and I'm just trying to explain what I received in my door. I've never received a ledger before. I'm holding the whole packet that came in the door with a ledger that I've never seen before attached. And at the bottom of this ledger that they printed out, that I guess the bill of whomever put into my door, says March 26th, the total fees due is 12/14/25 through the end
Yeah,
of
but your
March.
April rent's due
The-
now.
I understand that, but what I was trying to explain to you, Your Honor, was that they receive a check from the HAP for the subsidy. It says Section 8 HUD rent as a HUD VASH program as a vet. Okay, they may not have received that payment yet, Your Honor, of 1067. That could be why they're factoring in it being 1450. That's what I was trying to explain. But at the end of this ledger, it's saying I owe 12/14/25. Then for the month of April, my portion of that subsidy, Your Honor, will be 383 plus their $50 late
I'm
fee
trying
plus
to
their
tell you,
additional
I'm not just
$75 late.
including your portion. That's not fair to them.
They're gonna receive their payment from that
I'm-
program. They have in the past. And they will continue to do so. And it comes after my portion is paid. That's what I was trying to explain to you, Your Honor. So that's why I was saying they were going to still receive that 1067. I understand you're factoring it in, but
Your Honor, I expect that we will receive the 1067. Of course, I have no idea when that will be. I have no problem extending the writ date a bit if that would give Ms. Himes some comfort. That would give additional time for
Well,
that
that's what I'm trying to
subsidy to be
do,
made.
but I don't want to keep going through this. I mean, I don't understand why you're even at only 2664, 20, whatever you told me, 2686.94. You should be more than that. But
No,
I
it
don't know. I'm good to give you the 2686.94 because I'm convinced that you're at least entitled to that. And
I
if I
don't
do
owe
the math on this, including your
2686.
filing service and statutory attorney fees, you're gonna be closer to $3,000, but I'll give you the
I
2686.90.
don't owe that.
Why are you shaking your head, ma'am? Why are you doing that? I don't want to argue with you. They're into,
No,
They're
I'm
in-
not. My portion total, Your Honor, as of today, Your Honor, with April's rent and the late fees would have been 1742. And I understand you're factoring in at 1450, but they're gonna get the 1067 for the month of March and the 1067 for the month of April from that agency. So based on this ledger, I have this 12/14/25 through the end of March 26. I was just gonna ask for an extension for my subsidy portion for the month of April, with the late fees, which would have been
DeRozak,
508, and I was gonna
am I,
ask.
hang on, am I missing something? You are free to tell me, Judge, I see your point and I'm wrong.
No,
Am
I
I
don't think you're
missing-
missing anything, Your Honor. And like I said, I'm happy to extend to the end of the month, if that'll give
Oh,
Ms.
but
Himes comfort to
He
make
wants to
her
keep
make her
arguing
payment.
with me, and I
I
have no
know.
other way to do this. I'm sorry. I can extend this long enough for you to get on the phone and call them and say, send them the money. And
They're
I
not
can
gonna
extend it,
send it, Your Honor,
ma'am,
until I
you're
make
gonna
my
keep
portion.
interrupting me now today. I just can
No,
tell.
sir, I
love it when
trying to
people
explain, they're not
interrupt
gonna
me.
send it until I send my portion. They're not gonna
Ma'am,
pay it. I can't call them because they're not gonna pay that portion, Your Honor, until I pay my portion. That's why I was trying to seek clarification on my portion. That's all, Your Honor. I'm not trying to argue. I just was trying to elaborate on the ledger. I'm not
I'm
arguing
gonna
with
give
you,
them a
sir. I would never
judgment
do
amount of
that.
2684.94, 2686.94. I'm convinced that between you and the agency, that is at least, I know you're shaking your head, but that's the amount that's at least owed. Now, I can extend the writ date. He's entitled to one on the 23rd, but I'll be happy to help you out here if you just tell me what you can afford to pay and when.
Can you please give me a breakdown of this 2686.84?
Go ahead, Mr. Jarozic. 2686.94, I think you told me, right?
Correct. That's the total. And what I did, Your Honor, and perhaps what I've done is when I took out some of those $75 late fees that I saw on the ledger. So what I show is rent to retain possession of $2,290.25. 3 months of late fees at $50 each of $150. I have court costs of $246.69, which gets me to the total of $2,686.94, if my math is correct.
Okay,
And is
so
that paying me through April, Your Honor?
yeah, that would take care of everything through the end of April.
That's correct.
And 2290, can you break that down? How you got 2290? Is that 1450 times 2? Is
Well,
what I'm just asking.
That one's a little more difficult because the last zero balance I see is October of 2025. So there's been payments made here and there, so it's not a flat 2 months. We'd have to go back penny by penny for many, many months to get to the last zero balance to move forward to figure out
So
exactly
I'll
what
tell
that
you how I'm
amounts to.
calculating it, man. You told me that as of March the 26th, and you seem to adopt this, that the total amount that you owed according to the ledger was 1214.25. Whether you agree with it, like it, don't like it, I'm adding in the 1450 for the month, starting April 1, which brings the total to 2664.25 plus a $50 late fee, which would take it to 2714.25, and that doesn't even include your court costs or statutory attorney fee, which he just spelled out is another $396.69. So at the very minimum, you're getting a break here. Now, I'm going to order that, and I'm not going to argue with you. I'll invite you to tell me when you can pay. You're shaking your head. I hate when people shake their head at me. I just hate that.
Because
you want to get off here and tell everybody I'm the worst judge in the country, feel free.
No,
I
it's
hate
not
that. That's disrespectful, and I'm
I
not going to argue
apologize.
with you anymore. I'm going
I
to try to help
apologize. I
you.
wasn't arguing. I was apologizing, Your Honor. I said I
You're shaking your
apologize.
head at me. You've been shaking your head.
Because they're going to pay them 1067 for
Man-
each month they have in the past.
I mean, I get it.
And
I've already gone through
and
this
he's
with you
saying a
3
zero
times.
balance has been October,
Ma'am,
but I
I'm
paid the
not
900 like when
reconsidering. I'm not reconsidering. I'm asking you to tell me when you can pay this so I can help you. If you persist in arguing with me about who's going to pay who, when, and how much, I'm just giving you April 23rd. Period.
I won't okay, Your Honor, will that include them making their payment of the 1067 through the agency for March and
Yes.
April through
Yes, that
April
includes
30th?
this payment. Yes.
Would that be, Your Honor, would that be subtracting from the amount that you're saying that I owe? Because I only
Yes.
owe what I tried to explain.
Yes. Yes. It would be subtracted. Absolutely. I'm not trying to stick you with this and then have them say they still got to pay them the 100,000 and whatever amount of dollars. This is all included. They're entitled to a judgment on the rent that's owed, whether as to what has not been paid. And that's what I'm trying to tell you nicely. And you want to just keep arguing with me. Can you pay
I'm trying
all
to
of this?
understand. I was
Can
trying
you,
to understand. What is the exact amount that you're saying, sir?
can you pay all of this money, including the subsidy money, which you will be credited for by April the 23rd or April the 30th? Can you do
April the
that?
30th, but what is the full amount, Your Honor, that you're referencing? The 2290, Your Honor, 25?
No, 2686.94.
I have 1214 and 25 cents that was at the end of the ledger. Can I pay that tomorrow when I'm off? I currently have 1214.25 in a money order, which was through the end of this ledger. Can I make that payment at the office tomorrow, please? And then subtract that from this 2686.96 that
Absolutely.
that is
I'll
being
tell you
stated
what
that
I'm
I
going to
owe.
do. Defendant, counsel, defendant to pay 12/14/25 by April the 14th. And if she pays that amount, the writ date is extended until the 30th of April. Okay, so you pay that 12/14/25. They should be able to then pay the subsidy kick in. And all of that's added in, and the total amount that's paid between you and the Veterans Program will be 2686.94.
Very good, Your
Okay.
Honor. I'll do
Yes,
that.
sir. Now, yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. You'll submit that order, Mr. DeRozak?
Yep, we'll get that prepared and
I'll
submitted
receive
right away,
something
Your
in the
Honor.
mail.
You'll receive that. You should have it from me signed in the next day or so, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. DeRozak,
Thank you, Your Honor. Good seeing you again.
too.
If you're involved in a dispute with another party such as this and you just can't seem to work it out, don't resort to taking the law into your own hands. You take them to court.
All right, thank you very much. Officer Burrell's waiting for you, and that will bring this case to a conclusion.